probably on lap 1 or 2 already of the race, so things that I started early when my power's just come back on. So we're on lap 1 of 22 with Caleb Pace leading. We have Sirius Sam in second, Mr. Granovan third, OJ fourth, C18 fifth, Yasteel, Ghost Killer, Super Manny. Only 9 drivers tonight. I know we had Levi from TX3 couldn't make it because of load shedding. His power hadn't come back on. Not too sure where the other few guys are. TKP looks like he's been disconnected. Just exiting the line. So yeah, looks like quite a small pool for tonight. 9 drivers in the race currently. We do have Kalen, multiple GTSA champion, Sam as well. So it looks like we're going to have a couple of pace boys out front. Let us know how your race went. And yeah, keep me company while I try and find a co-commentator who has electricity. Joining in, can't see who it is, so say hi, tell us what pool you raced in, how your race went, and who do you expect to win here. Out of our top 3 this season, Diki, Levitas, Mr. Kalen Pace. We've only got Kalen at the moment, so he's going to be trying to gain some points and places. We also have Granovan, who's been doing quite well with the KBR guys. Nice orange livery. It's very laggy, but that's probably just because my power's just come back on and the internet in the area is still sorting itself out. So apologies for that. Hope everyone enjoyed the McLaren GR1. Car that we don't normally use, it's a one-make race. Obviously one of the PGT cars, but it was just the idea to have something different, use a car that's actually great fun to drive, and yeah, tell us what you thought about it. In the meantime, shout out to Gorilla Garage for this season sponsorship. We also have Trackard, TGN Racing Simulators, and Zappa Gaming giving prizes, so big ups to all of them. Simon Trips from Gorilla Garage is busy, so he won't be joining us. RBS is busy racing in Pool 2. There's quite a good race going on there. I was watching it on Stimulated Stream. He is leading with RBS in second with a few laps to go. Both still needing to make a final pit stop. So 22 laps of Majoria Fantasy Circuit. For this race are that each driver must use all 3 compounds, so we'll see some guys on hard, some soft. Mediums seem to be the most used higher, and they also started the race with 60% fuel. So a lot of guys get the hards out the way early. Some of the guys at the front are obviously taking advantage and using the softs, so we can bring the field all a little bit closer together later on. Judging by Kalen's tyres, he's probably only going to be out another 2 or 3 laps. Sam looking a little bit worse off. It's right on board with the KBR drivers for a couple laps. I'm just going to grab some coffee now that I've had a chance to make some. It was made for me, sorry. enjoying this camera view over the shoulder. You can just see a steel pace ahead in the distance. Go back to the TV view, a little bit further back. OJ 12 seconds off the lead. He's one of the soft runners as well, same as C8 Henny. Just to give an interesting update on Pool 2 with 2 laps to go, we have Stiginator 3 seconds ahead of RBS, but RBS is on softs and Stig's just put his heart on. So they're having a great battle in Pool 2, possibly both be in this race next week. Jan Ali, the surprise package always, he's running in 6. Nice delivery on these cars. Looks like Jan Ali ducking to the pits, same as Ghost Killer Pace, both on the softs. They've only got 6 laps out of them. Got the guys up front still carrying on their 7th lap. Further back, Manny on the mediums after pitting from hard on lap 2. Steele also on mediums after pitting early. Kalen Pace, I think 3 times GTSA champion. Great job here in his Pace Motorsport McLaren. Fastest lap of the race so far is on lap 2 by Kalen 38.8. He's might just have enough to make one more lap on this fuel and these tyres. See how he goes. Does he pit or does he keep going? He's going to go for that one more lap. Interesting, we've got 7 laps completed, but this lap time on the right hand side is only showing 6. Callan now 7 seconds ahead of Brandeveen, with Sam, OJ and Henny all pitting behind on their softs. They didn't have enough to make an 8th lap. Sam, you can see going onto the mediums on the side. OJ and Henny, we'll see shortly what their tyre selection will be. OJ going mediums. And Henny also going into the mediums. So everyone doing a similar strategy, leaving the hards right till the end. The last sector on the Pool 2 race, Stignators 0.5 of a second ahead of a pack of cars led by RBS, so just keeping an eye on my other teammate there as well. Coming into the last turn, unless something crazy happens, he should take the win. So we're going to have, looks like Stignator, RBS and SRT Colonel is going through to take 3rd place. Well done to all of them. Great Pool 2 race there. Let's run through the field a little bit. Hopefully RBS can come and join me now that he's finished racing. With Sam having made a pit stop, the first 2 both will be coming in now. Kalen with 1% fuel. Let's see how much Brandeveen has. He's also on 1%, so they pushed it right to the edge. You can see his sides were finished. Kalen had a fraction left. 26 seconds behind with Sam, so he should still be behind when they come out, but obviously a lot closer. Kalen going onto the mediums, leaving the pits now. You can see him appearing in front. Now gap down, back down to the 4-second mark. Brandeveen is 4 seconds behind Sirius Sam, so they've got that extra lap in. One less lap they're going to need to run on the hard tyres at the end possibly. OJ sitting in 4th, currently on mediums. Henny 5th, currently on the mediums. Jan Ali right behind Henny. He's another, I think everyone's gone soft medium here so far. Then our guys a little bit further back. Ghost Killer's still there, but now we have Super Manny like Steel only did 3 laps on the hards at the start, so they're still on fairly fresh mediums, and they're going to have softs left to run later. Here we have your Steel, also hard medium runner. So only 9 cars. Escom managed to get quite a few guys tonight. We do have 3 throwaway races, so obviously the guys that miss tonight get 0 points. But the higher ranked ones will still be in pool 1 next week. The 3 lowest ones will drop to pool 2, and then they have a chance a week after to come back. So in the worst case they lose 2 of their 3 throwaways, but they'll be the 2 low results. But missing 1 race due to Escom doesn't take you out the championship hunt, so that's always helpful. Out of the 6 drivers that didn't pitch, 2 of the ones that should be safe would be DKP and TX3 Levi. First, second and third in the championship will be the top 3. Just looking at the pool lists here to see who raced and who didn't race. Look at the pool 1. Drivers that we are missing tonight: GTSA was 1. Indian was another. Ravanti was trying to get in, but he was having connection issues. And then KBR EcoBoost, TX3 Leviticus and DKP. So 3 very strong drivers there missing out, but I'm sure they'll be back with us next week, and that's the choice of sim racing in South Africa. The gap at the front staying just on that 3.94 second mark that it was when Caleb came out the pits. Sam's managed to open another 1.5 seconds on Branavane though, the last lap and a half. Branavane 11 seconds ahead of OJ, Henny, Yanali, Ghost Killer. Just keeping an eye on the last 2 places, because they're the guys that have run the hards already. They 29 and 35 seconds behind. They only have to really pit for softs, which last 7-8 laps, so they need to do another 4 laps on these mediums, which is easily doable. So they'll be stopping for an 8 lap stint on soft, while the other guys will probably have to do something similar, maybe 4, 5, 6 laps on the hards. So nice consistent laps from Steel now, 41.1, 41.2, 41.0. Superman about half a second slower the last 3 laps. Mid 41s from Ghost Killer, 41s and 2s from Yanali, 41s 2s from CA Tenny. OJ had a 45 in one of his laps last time around. And our front runners running 41s. Sam 40.5 last time around, and Kalen 40.4. So pretty much everyone running a similar pace, except 2 at the back are slightly quicker than the mid-pack, and then the 2 at the front are a fair amount faster, second a lap faster than the mid-pack. All running similar strategies except for 8th and 9th place, running their race backwards compared to the guys at the front. While we're watching, shout out to TGN Racing Simulators, Track Art, Gorilla Garage and Zappa. Zappa Gaming and Zappa Watchman. They donated a custom watch of the winner's choice. I think that's part of P2 or the lucky draw prize. I'm not actually can't quite remember. But yes, they do some great products. Tag your so they've always got something, so check out their Facebook page. TGN with they're rentable rigs for your special events. They also do custom builds, track art, man cave or woman cave decorations. They do the 3D printed track maps. I've also seen they did some neon track maps at one stage as well. And then Gorilla Garage or Triv with his vinyl, he's done some awesome sticker kits for the sim racing wheels. So check out all 4 sponsors, Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter. I'm sure they're on all of it. In the meantime, Caelan's pulled 6 extra tenths on Serious Sam in the league. So with only 9 cars instead of 15, we slightly less excitement than possible. I don't know. I know Stignator streamed on Pool 2. Not sure which other drivers, but that looked like one very, very close race. So go check those guys out on the GTSA Discord. There's a link for streamers, so you can go and see everyone's on board. And if you've got some time, go learn from the top 2 pools. Brandon still in 3rd spot, 10 seconds behind Caelan. Doing some good laps last couple times around, ended up back in the 40s. He's got a nice gap on OJ, 12 seconds. I don't think there's any tyre strategy, that's just on pure pace. The top 3 having a nice lead, but then we get a little bit closer, OJ to Henny, to Jan Ali. So the next 4 or 5 cars are all covered by about 6 seconds. With Ghost Killer for a little bit. See Jan Ali and C8 Henny ahead, all on the same strategy. Now right behind will be Superman, only a second, and he's already got the hards out the way, so opportunity for him to jump ahead a little bit later. Superman, I'd be smiling because he'll probably be pitting in the next, let's say, lap 14, 15, maybe 16, but I think 15. Probably do a 7-lap run on the softs, and he's going to have 7 laps on softs, where the other guys are going to have 4 on mediums and 3 or so on hards, possibly. So his last 7 laps he'll have at least 1 level tyre advantage, and possibly 2 for some. The same goes for Yasteel, who's a couple seconds, 6 seconds behind him. So both of them might start making some big jumps, but especially Superman could be fighting with OJ for 4th, possibly even. I don't think he's quite got enough to get up to Brandon, Sam and Caelan. But how's that view? 4 cars all in one picture, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Taking a look at that C8 livery, all coming down the hill. Jump on board with Jan Ali. Apologies again for any lag. The internet does get very iffy after load shedding, apparently. So they're still bringing their gap from 5.6 seconds to Manny. Caelan now to 6.8 ahead at the front from Sam, Brandon, OJ, and then Caelan dipped into the 39s, but he's been constant. 40.4, 40.8, 40.0, 39.9, 40.4 again. Really putting the pace down on this medium stint. Sam has dropped off just out of the 40s into the low 41s, also consistent. 41.2, 41.0, 41.0. Brandon now back to 4 seconds behind. He's a little bit half a second a lap, so quicker than Sam lost 2 times around. OJ is 12 seconds further back. We have Jan Ali pitting on mediums now. He's going to do a 7 laps on the turn. Might have missed him starting on hards, I think, as well. But I think he did a longer stint on hards. We'll see if he comes out on softs. Nope, he is coming onto the hards now. So early stop for Jan Ali. He's going to have to do 7 laps on those hard tyres, not ideal. We might see Superman here. Superman has been held up here by Ghost Killer, stuck half a second behind. C8 Henny's managed to open a bit of a gap there. So the dirty air isn't helping Manny. It might suit him to pit now, get those softs on. But we should see a couple pit stops in the next lap or 2. So far no co-commentators. I think RBS is still trying to catch his breath after the pool race, pool 1, pool 2 race. Steel come in now. Your Steel's closed up another second or so, and definitely getting held up, and he goes into the pits as I expected. So does your Steel come in? Yes, he also follows the same strategy, so 7 laps for both of them on the softs coming up, and hopefully that will give them the advantage they need compared to the hard tyre runners who start to stop and fit the 6 cars in front. I think they're possibly racing C8 Henny now for 5th place. Superman comes out right behind Jan Ali on hards, so he needs to get past very quickly. Otherwise he's going to use a bucket load of time that he needs right now. If it was me, I'd send a huge dive bomb over here into this big turn. Doesn't go for it. Parked it on the apex, nice and block pass. And then he tried to come cut back in, but he found a car in the way, so and he does get through. A little bit laggy there, but it looked alright from our view. To everyone, Kalen's now got the lead to 10 seconds over Serious Sam. Sam's mediums are looking pretty tired, Kalen's still looking alright. We've got Brunavane out there. OJ's tyres are starting to look quite well worn. Henny as well. Ghost Killer pace pitting. He's going to have to do the last 5 laps on hard tyres. Let's see where he comes out compared to Superman. Right on board with him. On board with Superman, where's Ghost? There comes Ghost Killer out right in front again. But he's going to be on the hard tyres like we saw with Jan Ali. So Manny's going to have another chance to make a position here. Let's go a little bit further back. Something must have happened to Steel on that lap because he was within a second of Jan Ali, but he's now 4 seconds behind. Superman not close enough to Ghost Killer this time around. Taking time on every corner, a couple tenths here and there, so possibly on the next lap. Still got enough time to carry on a little while. The fires might go until those are red or the fuel's running out. The tyres will run out first. OJ is going to probably have to pit either this lap or the next one. Again, he should stay out on that. Sorry about that, my dog was barking at one of the neighbors walking past, so just going back. Super Manny, we've just missed him going past Ghost Killer while I was busy with the animal. Manny makes it past Ghost Killer pace. He's 23 seconds behind Henny, who hasn't pitted yet, but will have to shortly. OJ running fourth, I think this will be his last lap before he pits. Henny's closed that gap down to him to 4.2 seconds. Brunavane 20 seconds up the road, he's closing in on Sam quite quickly. Sam 41.9 last time around, goes Brunavane 41.2. You can see Sam's tyres are finished, and I'd expect to see him pitting this lap. Caitlin's done a great job of looking after his tyres. One lap less use, but he should still make lap 20, 19 or 20. Brunavane who pitted with Caitlin a lap later. He's now within 1.9, so looks like we're going to have a battle here for second place. Possibly the overcut on the mediums by Brunavane to make up that time on Sam. We'll see shortly. But Sam's in and he's going to be fitting the hards now. Definitely no threat from behind because OJ is also going to have to pit. Henny doesn't have to pit this lap, but he will have to in the next couple. So you can see he might also do an overcut on OJ. Super Manny in 6, opened up 2 seconds on Ghost Killer. We have Yasteel now right behind Gianelli on the softs. You can see he's recovered from that lap 14 incident, whatever happened. Getting beaten up a little bit tonight. Keeps finding cars on soft tyres, parking on the inside of apexes. I did see Yasteel at a half-second penalty coming into that corner, so he's going to have to serve that later in the lap. There's only 2 laps to go. Right now Caitlin 14 seconds ahead of Brunavane. Sam 17 seconds behind now fresh hards. Henny still on his mediums, still got a bit of life and some petrol, so he doesn't have to pit. Caitlin pitting this time around from the lead. Does Brunavane pit? Looks like, yep, he's staying on Caitlin's strategy again, so first and second, possibly first and third into the pits. We'll see if Brunavane's done enough on that lap to undercut Sam. Let's ride on board with Sam to see where he comes out the pits. Caitlin's out and away already around the second turn. Here goes Brunavane. Right in front of Serious Sam, so he has jumped up into from third to second, but he's going to have cold tyres. So the dirty air for Sam and the cold tyres for Brunavane. If Sam wants to get him back, he's going to have to make a move, hopefully as quickly as possible, hopefully catch him by surprise. In the meantime, Henny's gone into the pits. We'll just see where he comes out in relation to Manny. Super Manny right behind him on the softs, so that will also be a battle. We're just going to ride with first, second and third quickly for a little bit. Do you guys think Sam will get back past, and do you think Manny will pass Henny? I think Manny might pass Henny with the tyre advantage, so let's ride with that a little bit. Fifth and sixth place. Let's go back. Looks like Sam got a bit sideways coming out the big hairpin there. He's now lost a second, so I think that could be that for that battle. We'll go back to the battle for fifth place. And he has got through on Henny. He's got 4 seconds to catch on OJ with only a lap and a little bit remaining. I don't think he's quite got that pace. He did do one of the quickest laps of the race last time around, 39.8 versus OJ who did a 42 last time around, so there might just be enough time to get on his tail, but gap's coming down to 3.6. They'll be in the same shot on the last lap, but will they? Through the field, yeah, still. Now there's past and he's open a 7-second gap. He's closing in on Ghost Killer pace. Another cut track penalty though. It's not helping him. Kalen 15 seconds ahead of Brunavane. Pulled another half second on Sam, so great drive by KBR. Okay, only 9 guys in this race, a bunch of them with load shedding and other technical issues. Superman is now within 2 seconds of OJ, running close to 2 seconds a lap quicker, 1.5. So a lap and a half. He is going to get right with him, but will he find a place to overtake on the last lap? Into the big sweeping corners that the softs come in, just that corner 3/10 of a second. Gap now under 2 seconds. The only thing is Superman, his softs are starting to get a bit worn now, so on the last lap he won't have the same advantage as he had 3-4 laps ago. Gap down to 1.3. Who's your money on, OJ or Superman for 4th place? OJ, you're going to be hoping this race ends quickly. Final lap, just going back ahead, we're pretty stable in the front. 15 seconds first to second, 1.8 second to third, and then this battle already under a second early on in the lap. Only 2 or 3 real overtaking opportunities, that's a word. We're going into one of them now. It's too far behind there, but we're going to get up through this far section. He'll close right in, and then the next one's a big downhill braking zone. Can OJ hold on to 4th? Can Superman take it? The positions are pretty static at the moment. They're still closing in quickly on Ghost Killer, but not enough time. Second braking zone, 7/10 of a second. Manny actually did quite well through that fast flowing section. I mean, OJ held the gap stable. I think Superman might have just cooked his tyres in the chase here. We have Caleb going across the line, Brunavane and Sam, your top 3. Let's see. Coming into the last few turns, it looks like OJ is going to hang on to 4th place. Dirty air, not helping Superman at all. Yeah, well done to OJ for some quick laps on the hards under pressure there. 41.999 at the end. Superman, he gets 5th. 6th place for C8 Henny. Ghost Killer, we are still closing in right behind. And then Jan Ali. Shout out to all the guys. Miss Eminem, nice to see you in the chat. Jan Ali taking 9th place. Next week, round 6, we should have hopefully more guys back. Pretty sure DK, KBR EcoBoost and TX3 Levi should be safe from relegation because they were at the top of the table. The 3 other drivers that were below them on the table will drop to pool 2, and we're going to have SR2 Kernels, who else was it, Stignator and RBS joining pool 1 next week. So thanks everyone, shout out again to my co-commentator who's myself tonight, the sponsors, TGN Racing Simulators, Track Art, Gorilla Garage and Zappa Gaming, for our season's prizes and all the support, and thanks to you guys that watched. I'm going to comeback of the day to Super Manny coming through the pack, and driver of the day can be Kalen for pretty much a faultless race there. Shaka, see you next week.